Hello everyone and welcome to this series on how to draw iconic images. Before we start, if you could subscribe, that would be great. Thank you very much. Hit that button. Okay. Right, the iconic image today is an African tribal mask, and I'm going to draw the outside shape of it first of all with pencil. It's a kind of soft 6B pencil. I'll be using this later on to do some shading. So it'll be a pen and pencil drawing. Now the shape of the head, elongated egg shape, comes way down like that, right to the chin, like that. See that? Squeezed up egg shape, like that. Then I'm going to get a pen and go straight in with the decoration. They're very dramatic and graphic, the designs on African tribal masks, all sorts of different types. On this one, I'm going to use for the basis of the design a wooden carved mask, and the top, following that line there, is a series of ridges like this, because lines have been carved to represent the hair, I presume. Now that is a kind of band that goes across from there, across the top. Now a couple of bands here, and one here. And the carved lines for the hair appear coming in like that, sloping, following the curve of the head all the way around. Okay, see that? And they more or less start to straighten up as they come towards the top there. And as they come around this side, they start to curve the other way slightly, like that. Okay. Add another band coming in there. Like that. Okay, I'm straight down to the eyes now. Again, very simple shapes. Flat part there, and coming across. Almost like a kind of curved letterbox shape, like that. And then we have a kind of line repeated going up to accentuate the shape up to a point there more or less, and then to the point there, and coming up to a sharper point there. Okay, same here. Between that line coming up there, down to a point there and back up like that. And the actual outline of the eye shape, the sockets, are put in very dramatically, like that. Again repeated. And because this is a wooden carving, you get the edges showing sometimes, so that would be raised, and you get a part coming out underneath, appearing in there. And we'll do this one now. You actually see the eyebrows almost, you know, and coming out underneath, a curve there. Then if that part's raised, we get a bit underneath coming in there, going up like that. Okay, and the nose, very simple shape, triangular, coming out like that. Again, you see the underside of it, and a couple of curved lines coming down like that. And in the center, you get a kind of carved decorative part with notches cut like that, all the way down to the bottom. And you kind of get that shape repeated on the forehead. A couple of lines coming up there, and one coming in a bit here, behind the nose, and then notches cut across there, slightly wider. Imagine being chiseled into the wood. And you get this pattern rather repeated on either side of the forehead here. You get a couple of lines coming in here, This mask, by the way, is one which is used in rituals and ceremonies, and it was created by the Bande tribe in Africa. I'd say lots of different styles and shapes of masks. But this is a particular one created many years ago. Another one here coming up, you know, the double line on there. And this time you get the almost like a cross section here, you know, with these indentations forming almost like a check pattern coming down like that. And then another one coming in about here, with the cuts doing that sort of thing. Okay, and then we have another line coming down the side there, and one coming in there, shape appearing like that. And just about here, we have a kind of shape that comes in a bit like that, with cuts cutting across the way like that. Going up there. And we move down to the mouth now. Again, it's a wooden construction, so the mouth is going to stand out. It's been carved to stand out, so we draw this shape here, or the kind of open mouth coming down like that. Okay. And then you'll see the inside of it. Remember, some masks, that will be dark in there. And above it, you get the top shape coming in like that. See how it stands out? Then above that, you have some shapes coming up from the corner of the nose. You get a line coming down there, and shapes like this on either side. Now, just carry on with the side of the face now, into the chin, and then continue this side. Below the mouth, you have a kind of beard shape. He's following these kind of lines here, spreading out from the center. Going out like that, okay? And then another couple of decorative lines like these, or more like that I should say, coming down from this part here to join here. So that comes down there, another one coming down about there. And across there, you get these notches cut all the way down. As you can see, it's very decorative, very dramatic, but quite decorative. And we're shading it in shortly. Another one coming in about here, follows the line down to there. And again, you have these cut marks coming across here. Now, as I said, this is going to be a pen and pencil drawing, only because I want to make it look a bit three-dimensional. But first of all, I'm going to shade in the blackest bits. And the blackest bits, of course, would be the eye sockets. Like that. Then, deep shadows underneath these ridges underneath the eyes. Like that. And there, another one here. And one under the nose. And the mouth. You can see the drama of the shape coming clearer. And what I'd like to do now is get a 6B pencil, quite a soft pencil, and start to put in some tonal shading, give you an idea of the solidity of the mask. Okay, for instance, these ridges here are, you know, rippled like that, so you'll get light on one side and dark on the other. So what you do with the pencil is just take your pencil and just shade in along one side, leave the other side light, all the way along. I'm just finishing off now. Okay, and these bands here, this is fairly dark, but not too dark. What I'm doing is not putting too much weight on the pencil. If you do put a lot of weight on, you can see the difference. But I'll show you that in a second. Alright, for instance, around here, I want to make that slightly darker, so I'll lean a bit heavier on the pencil. See the difference it makes? Okay, that's fairly dark. Underneath there too. These masks would have been painted, of course, but over the years they have, you know, got a bit worn, shall we say. So some of the paint is peeled off. And I'm going to try and get that kind of quality as well. Back up here again, these nicks or cuts are slightly darker. We shade those in like that, and these as well, and these, and these. Maybe not the whole square, just one side of it. Give a sense of the light coming in the other side, and then just in these spaces here. Okay, and this shape here, I would shade in fairly dark. You've got weight in the pencil then. Bit shading in here. And then these parts here, which are like, these are cut, so shade in one side of the line. And around the eye, not as dark as that. Moving down to the nose now, and shading here. These were painted a dark colour originally. Okay, and then these two triangles here, a bit more weight on the pencil, and make them slightly darker. Okay, so you get a variation in the tonality of the whole thing, and then a bit more shading down here. Okay, and these parts down here, leave these bits light, because I think they were actually painted black with light cuts in them in the original mask. So you get that kind of effect coming down there. Okay, and the same with that one. Now this part here was fairly light, so don't put much weight on your pencil. Shade it in like that. These two parts here, outside parts, are slightly dark, so a bit more weight. The pencil there. And also the top, a bit more weight there. And a kind of halfway house. Well, make this a bit darker, I think, between that and that. Okay. The mouth itself was painted black, so we go around this part here with some dark shading. Like that. Okay. And then put a little bit of shading in here, not too much. because you really want it to stand out. Same with that part there. There's some light shading there. And then down this beard shape, again like this, shade in one side of these cuts, ripples, and get that effect. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to try and create the sense of it being old and scuffed and rubbed, you know, because what you get is some of the paint has come off. So along here, you get some bit of shading, and you imagine kind of shapes like this, where the paint is showing underneath. It's a light paint, but underneath it'll be dark. So this is showing through. Like that. And you can make these specific shapes like that. Okay, another one here. Like that. And fill it in. Then come down this side here. And a couple of marks here. And move over to here. Darker here with some of the marks appearing there, and on this part too. A couple of scores and scratches there. Okay, and then under here, because this actually stands out, you get some shading underneath the eye here, of the eyebrow shape rather. So put a bit of light shading in there, get that sense of three-dimensionality, and coming up like that. And then under here, another bit of deep shading. A bit of line coming in here. You see it's starting to develop character. A wee bit of dark shading down here because this has actually been painted. Got to put that bit in there. And the same with this part here. And then down here, on the original mask, there are some kind of scratch marks and bits of paint flaking off like that. Almost a bit like freckles, like that, you see, coming up, and then a bit of paint showing down here. You know, it gives a sense of age as well to your drawing. It's not too clean, you know, sterile. It's got character, like that. And coming in there. And down this side out there. Okay. And you can see that as a very characterful representation of an African mask now. You can imagine it's got a lot of age to it, you know, been around, seen a lot of ceremonies and rituals. And you've got shading in here to be lined in there perhaps. And then maybe something along here. Excellent. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you can join me again for another video tutorial. But in the meantime, of course, all the best and happy drawing.